Okay, so we're looking at an NHT exam from 2019. It's a further maths exam 2. So we'll start off with section A, which is core, and specifically data analysis in question 1. So the table below displays average sleep time in hours for a sample of 19 types of mammals. We've got two types of variables here, type of mammal and average sleep time. So in the first question, it's asking which of the two variables, type of mammal or average sleep time, is a nominal variable. So when we look at univariate data, you've got two types of data. You've got categorical data and numerical data. So what you've got to consider is the nominal variable under categorical or under numerical, and that will determine sort of which one of these, which option you will get, or more specifically, that what you're going to use. So what I've just put into here is this image here. So this is something you should have in your summary book. And you can see it breaks down nicely what categorical data and numerical data are. And remember, we're looking at nominal. And if you can't remember, because sometimes, it's one of those things you just don't quite remember, you would notice that nominal is in categorical data. So that suggests off the top of your, that it's not always true here, but in terms of what we've got here, we've got average sleep time. So that's more likely going to be numerical. And we've got type of mammal, which is more likely to be categorical. So you're going to categorize it. Okay. And so in this case, what's going to be the nominal variable, you're going to have type of mammal. Okay. All right. So question B, determine the mean and standard deviation of the variable average sleep time for this sample of mammals. Write your answers in the boxes provided below. So in this question, what you need to do is put the data into your calculator. Okay, so I've already done that. So just to save some time, as you can see, I've put all the data in here. Now, what you can do is you can go to the side here, get your menu up and bring up your data here. What I like to do instead is to bring up the calculator, just because this is a bit cleaner to do. I want to go menu. I'm going to go stats, and I'm going to go one variable stats, number of lists, 1. I'm going to get up, this was sleep. Okay, I'm going to go okay. And it brings up your data like that. It's just a lot cleaner than doing it in the list and spreadsheet section. So you're after your mean. Remember, your mean is X bar. So in this case, it's 1 decimal place. So we're going to put, for the mean is 9.2. Okay, and let's go back to the calculator. And the standard deviation is the SX. It's going to be 4.2, okay? Okay, so next question is the question C. The average sleep time for a human is 8 hours. This is what you're going to be using in a moment. What percentage of this sample of mammals has an average sleep time that is less than the average sleep time for a human? Okay, so what you need to do is go back up to your data here, and you want under 8 hours. So that's all of this data. So you want to know how many data points you've got. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 6 out of 19. So what you're going to go down here is you're going to go 6 divided by 19. You've got to multiply by 100, of course, to get a percentage. And that's going to give you 31.6%. Okay? So remember, the 6 is to do with those below, that are less than the average sleep time for humans, and 19 is the number of basically different animals there. Okay. So the sample is increased in size by adding in the average sleep time of the little brown bat. Its average sleep time is 19.9 hours. By how many hours will the range for average sleep time increase when the average sleep time for the little brown bat is added to the sample? So the key part in this question is we're looking for the range. Okay. So I'm going to break it down into existing and new. All right. So let's have a look at the existing time. So our highest number there was 14.5 and our lowest was 2.6. So our max 14.5 and minimum is 2.6. So if I go 14.5 minus 2.6, I'm going to get 11.9. Now, we noticed that 14.5 was our max before. It's now going to be 19.9 because that's what the little brown bat got. 19.9, and again, it's going to be minus 2.6 because that hasn't changed. And this becomes 17.3. So now what we want to do is how many hours of that range will increase. So it's basically the difference between 17.3 and 11.9, and that will be equal to 5.4 hours. Okay, so that is the answer to part D. Okay, so that is question 1 done. Okay.